Hey guys, welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. If you're new here, I post these videos every Sunday to share some meal ideas with you and to hopefully give you some inspiration for the coming week. All of our meals are budget friendly and delicious, so if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe down below and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future dinner ideas. For the first dinner of the week, we made some Copycat Arby's beef and cheddar sandwiches. So we've made these a few times before, but we found a different recipe than ours for the Arby sauce in this recipe book I found at a yard sale. We tried the one from the book, but to us it didn't taste authentic, so we added a few more things. The one in the book was just some ketchup, water, hot sauce, garlic and onion powder, and salt and pepper. We made ourselves a little testing station and made these in small batches so we wouldn't waste much. So I'm going to leave a link to the recipe from this book down below, as well as our version, and you can decide for yourself which one you like the best. For our version, we used everything from the recipe in the book, but we also added some brown sugar, apple cider vinegar, and Worcestershire. So for our sauce, we used 1 cup of ketchup, a teaspoon each of garlic powder, onion powder, and salt and pepper, a tablespoon each of brown sugar, vinegar, and Worcestershire sauce, a 1/4 cup of water, and a teaspoon of hot sauce. Next, we warmed up our thin sliced roast beef in some beef broth and warmed up our cheddar cheese sauce. All that was left to do was put it all together. We just served these with our Arby sauce and some curly fries, and we had some delicious fast food at home. For meal number 2, we made some baby back ribs in the oven. We made our usual barbecue sauce. That recipe is down below, but this time we also added some honey. I also made some garlic cheddar biscuits. That recipe is down below as well. These are super easy. You just mix together your flour, baking powder, salt, and garlic powder. Then you add in 1 egg, some milk, melted butter, and shredded cheese. I just put these on my baking tray on some parchment paper and baked these in my Emerald 360 at 400 degrees for 15 minutes. You can do the exact same thing in your regular oven. And right when they come out of the oven, I brush them with some more melted butter that I season with some parsley and more garlic powder. So we pulled the membrane off of our ribs and seasoned them with some of Adam's barbecue rub. You can use whatever rub you like on pork. Then we let them sit in the fridge overnight. Then we cooked these at 375 degrees for 1 hour, lowered the heat to 275, and cooked them for an hour and a half more. For the last 30 minutes that they were in the oven, we basted them with our barbecue sauce every 5 to 10 minutes. These turned out so good and they were fall off the bone tender. I highly recommend you try these out. And the last meal of the week was this super easy broccoli and cheese ramen bake with chicken and dried beef. This was a very pantry friendly meal. We started out with a jar of dried beef that we rinsed. We've always rinsed this when we used it for SOS because it can be really salty. Then we just chopped it into bite-sized pieces. Then we butterflied a large chicken breast and seasoned it with some salt and pepper and Tony seasoning. We just browned our chicken on both sides in our grill pan with some butter. Then we finished it in the oven at 350 degrees until the internal temperature was 165. That took about 8 to 10 minutes. In our large pot, we melted 2 tablespoons of butter. Then we added in some half and half, 1 creamy chicken ramen packet, some salt and pepper, some parsley, seasoned salt, onion powder, garlic powder, and Tony's seasoning. Next, we added in some Velveeta cheese and some chicken broth. Then we added half a bag of frozen broccoli, our sliced beef and chicken, and some cottage cheese. Last, we added a cornstarch slurry. We let that all simmer together for a few minutes to thicken. Then we added it to a 9x13 baking dish on top of 3 packages of slightly cooked ramen noodles. Then we just put this in the oven at 350 degrees until everything was bubbly. This was super cheesy and delicious and was a great way to use up some pantry leftovers. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, we would love for you to join our YouTube family. So hit that subscribe button down below and turn on notifications. I post what's for dinner videos every Sunday.